Right, people, how are we? Yeah, so to go into a little bit more depth about what I just made, the video I just made about me being in depression, I just want to give you a bit of a rough overview on that. Now, there is still quite a lot of depth to go into, and I will talk about each different topic. But essentially, I went from being pretty young, fit, healthy, I was pretty able, pretty capable. Not many people could outwork me. I made that happen too because I didn't like being outworked. I was very challenging to deal with sometimes when it comes to that because I didn't like losing. I liked to be the best at what I was doing. But anyway, that's the ego talking. And, I went from that to being, virtually not able to do much at all. Like I had a lot of people having to help me, and that took a lot to surrender to as well, to get people to help me. And, after a period of time of that and all the medications I was on, and especially high, doses of pain relief, that tends to make you a bit lazy and changes the way you do a lot of things. And I didn't like what I come to, and, I fought very hard, and I had a lot of nice things too. I had a really nice cruiser, had a really nice big boat, I had a couple of $100,000 worth of toys essentially, which eventually over a period of time I got rid of because they weren't really giving me any satisfaction. To be honest, when I started looking at them and seeing the fact that I couldn't use them, like I couldn't even drive the cruiser that I had at the time. I ended up selling it because I couldn't drive it. It wasn't something I wanted to get rid of because I needed the money. I got rid of it because I couldn't drive the bloody thing, and I got sick of sitting it there, looking at it. They're still worth 45, 50 grand these days, like to go and buy another one. That's what I paid for it, I'd still get the same money for it now. I spent a lot of money on it, but that just proves that the exterior items don't make you happy inside. But anyway, that led to, me not being able to enjoy the things. I used to love fishing, and the problem was it used to hurt me to go fishing because I could, flat out move and stuff like that at different times. Or I'd hurt my foot and I'd push myself to limits I shouldn't have because I wanted to enjoy it. And then when I'd be in pain for the next week, struggling to move, it used to really get me down, And unfortunately, after a period of time, my marriage went to shit. I went to shit for quite some time. We fought that for quite a while, trying to make it better, and it's just the way it was. I was extremely vulnerable, and I needed a lot of assistance from her at the time. And it wasn't any one particular fault, but it's just the way it was. We still talk now, and things are pretty good in that way. But for a period of time in my life there, it just was all doom and gloom. Just, I couldn't physically do the things I wanted to. I couldn't do the work that I wanted to. I didn't know where I could see my purpose in life anymore. I just didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't think I'd ever find another partner that I'd be able to be happy with, or someone that would, want someone like myself. I thought no one would want me. Not after everything that I've gone through. Like who would want a cancer survivor that's got a half fucking bunged up leg? Was essentially what I was thinking back then. And just a lot of things really sort of got to me. And seeing a lot of people around me and family and friends that were struggling, that was a lot to deal with. To see that they're complaining about their lives and this and that, and here I am with my problems, and I just didn't know how to deal with this stuff. It was just too much. It really was, and I did everything I possibly could to move past that at times too. Doing different types of work that I could, and buying different things or upgrading things, and and then when I couldn't sort of fix it with them problems, well, that's when the alcohol started to become more of an issue. But my alcohol probably become a real serious issue when I gave up the cigarettes because I needed to give up the smoking, and my grandfather had died at that time too. And I didn't like seeing the way he died because it reminded me of me when I was in hospital, flat out able to breathe. And I had a lot of shame and guilt about that too, because here I am smoking and I've survived all these things. And I had a lot of friends die when I was going through the cancer treatment too. All these things constantly kept coming up. So many things, heaps. And they just really weighed heavy on me then, and I just did not know where to start or even how to deal with them. I was just dealing with them the best way I possibly could. And like I said, you can't get yourself out of the situation with going into it with the same level of thinking. You know, like if you're doing the same thing and getting the same results, well, you've got to change the way you're thinking. You know, and if you can't change the way you're thinking, or you can't see the picture, well, maybe you need someone to give you a hand. You know, and there's nothing wrong with reaching out. You know, do so before you do give up. You know, no need to give up, or no need for it to get that bad. You just need a little bit of a nudge and get off in the right direction. So that's a little bit more in depth with there, but as I said, that's still only just a raking over it, so it's just going to be a matter of peeling back the layers with this. So, all right, well, it don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Hey, thank you.